appreciate anybody wanting a seat. If you'd like to take it now, and failing that, if everybody wants to move forward onto the tile floor, we can then get the auction started. Thank you very much for your time.
Ready? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Is the volume all right for you guys at the back? Can you hear me without me shouting? Because I don't want to have to shout. Everyone all right, volume-wise? Perfect. It's great to see a room this full. If anything, has a little bit echoing. Can we? Just a fraction. Can you hear me all right still? Yep, good. Okay. It's great to see the room this full. Thank you very much indeed all for coming and welcome to our autumn property auction. I'd like to thank a lot of you that have travelled to get here. Lots of new faces. I'm sure several of you have come across on the A14 from the Bury area. And I also know several of you have ventured up on the A12 from Essex. So welcome to all of you. I also would like to welcome the online viewers. Viewers, is that what we call them? Yeah, we've got people from, I know we've got people in Louisville, Kentucky. I know we've got people in Sydney, Australia. I also know we've got people in Ipswich. So all around the world, people are watching our auction today. So welcome to all of the online people who are watching our streamed video. We have a wonderful eclectic range of properties today. That's why we've got a room full of people, I'm sure. And I would like to extend my thanks to my vendors, should I say, for their kind instructions. We do appreciate it. Thank you for entrusting us with your business. And those of you that are bidding, I hope that's most of you, I'd like to make sure you don't let me down and put your hands in the air and bid strongly, because I have promised my vendors we'll do our best to try and sell their properties. Whilst I'm in thank you mode, the exhibitors that are here, Curzes are here, Belvoir are here, Ipswich Mortgage are here, but they haven't got their banner with them because it broke before they arrived. So these guys are all professionals, they all know their industry, So if you want to speak to a specialist, they'll be here after the auction for a little while, so do have a quick word with them and seek their advice. I also would like to thank Worsted Park. I don't normally do this, but their events team have done a wonderful job as normal. They always do it in a seamless way, so thank you to the Worsted Park events team for getting us where we are now. As we've got so many new faces, I'm not going to do a preamble of any sort talking about the market conditions. You're all fully aware of that and you all know why you're here. But I will quickly talk about the procedure so you know the way it will operate today. I will offer each lot in order and it will show on the big screen here, so you won't be able to bid on the wrong lot. If you hear me say I have a commission bid or a telephone bid, it means that that's a bid that's been organised by a third party. Now if I put the hammer down to a telephone bid or a commission bid or somebody in the room, that's it. The contract has been formed on the fall of the hammer. There is no going back. It is an unconditional exchange of contracts. I always say to people, if you haven't looked at the property, or you should I say, look at the property, check the legal pack out, and make sure you have your finance in place. And as long as those are the case, bid away to your heart's content. If any of those are missing, be very wary. In fact, my advice is probably don't bid, because there is no going back once I put the hammer down. The successful bidder will be approached by either Lorraine or Nikki. They're going to have to fight their way through a little bit to get some of the bidders at the back, so do help them out. They'll be asking you to complete a buyer information form where we ask for your name, your address, your solicitor's details. They will also take from you your proof of ID at that point. That will go over to the clerking area to my left there, where the contracts will be drawn up whilst the auction is still going on. At the end of the auction, successful bidders will be asked to wait behind and we will sign the contracts. And we will do those in lot order. So if you happen to have bought lot number 16, it might be a good idea to head straight to the cafe afterwards, get a cup of coffee or a can of drink or something like that. It's going on us, so don't worry, you haven't got to pay. But I'm wary of the fact you might have to wait just a short while whilst we handle the rest of the contracts. That's really, I think, all I need to say about the procedure. I hope you're all satisfied and you all know exactly what you're going to be doing. So what I suggest we do is crack on with the first lot and see where we go with it. So the first lot is number 1. It's 195 Woodbridge Road in Ipswich. Hello. It's a villa-style house, as you can all see. We have lots of viewers there. You all know what to expect. 3 good-sized bedrooms. It's really what I would call a cosmetic refurb. It's not a major refurb. It's a great one for a very capable DIYer. Got to fit new kitchens and bathrooms, but a lot of it is cosmetic work there. So you could turn this one round relatively in a short space of time and either get it let as an investment or alternatively get it back onto the market. So we're guiding it at 80 to 100. Is somebody going to start me off at 80,000, please? Somebody start me at 80. I can start at 80 because I have a commission bid for it, so if nobody else wants to put their hand in the air, I'll start it off. No? Right, it's with me at 80,000. Looking for 82 from somebody. I need to see somebody with their hand in the air at 82. Thank you. 82, madam. 84, somebody else, please. We're at 82 at the moment. 84, somebody. 82 only. 84, thank you, sir. 86, sir. 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, at 100. I'll take it in ones, madam, if you like. 101 then. You in, sir? 102, 103. Out, and so 103 with the lady in the middle there. Anybody else want to join in? We're at 103,000 only, and I will be selling. 104, new bid there. 104 against you, madam. 105, thank you. You in? No? At 105 seated then in the middle. 105,000. At 105,000, take a small one if you like. I'll just take the half. 105 and a half. 106. Definitely not. At 106,000, then I'm going to sell. Anybody else want to pop 500 hands on quickly? Otherwise, we're selling at 106,000. And a half. Thank you, sir. New bid. And a half, madam. 6 and a half. 7. 7 and a half. 8. No? At 108 then. At 108, at 108,000. Seated in the middle, in from the beginning and selling at 108,000 for the first time of asking. 108,000 for the second time of asking. Third and final 1,000. Well done. Excellent. Good start to the day. Lady seated right in the middle, Lorraine, please. Sorry, the lady with the blonde hair, Lorraine. Okay. Moving on to lot number 2. As we can see here, Bird's Lair in Bury St Edmunds. That's Cockfield in Bury St Edmunds. Heavily overgrown site in the village of Cockfield, which is beautifully positioned between Bury and Sudbury. This really has attracted a huge amount of interest. It's captured a lot of people's imaginations. And I just quickly want to run through the situation with you so you all are fully aware. History on the site. It was lived in. There's a shed, basically, a glorified shed, a couple of sheds joined together. It was lived in between the 1950s and the 1990s. It had mains electricity connected, and there's evidence of mains telephone connected. However, it didn't have mains water or mains drainage. The local authority, the council, were happy to take rates. So it was sold with the, at that point, somebody was living there and paying rates for it as a residential dwelling. You will notice, I'm sure that of you that have looked at the legal packs, that there was an application for a certificate of lawful use on the property. We understand that has been refused. So as it stands at the moment, it has no planning permission on it. However, the benefit of that application can be transferred on to any buyer. So if somebody fancies it, they can take it and take it on with a view to possibly going to appeal on it. Bear in mind, at the moment, it does not have planning permission for residential use. All right? There are other people that have looked at it. I say we've got some people that I know have looked at it with regards to putting beehives on it. I was watching television the other night and somebody was farming snails. And I thought that would be a nice thing to do there because it would be big enough to farm some snails. So various uses, I'm sure. And obviously it's priced. We knew it was not going to get the certificate of lawful use, which is why we priced it at 20,000 and not 120,000. And I'm sure you're all aware of that. Right, so I'm in a position where we can start this one actually on commission with me at £20,000. So it's with me at £20,000 already. I'm looking for 21 from the room. 21,000 from the room, somebody? It's with me at £20,000. With me at 20,000, I need somebody to put their hand in the air at 21. Thank you. 21, 22, right at the back? 22. 23, you in, sir? You in? No? 23 then. You're at 24, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You're out then. Gentlemen here at 30,000, looking for 31 from somebody else. 31 again at the back. Thank you. 31. You're out now. At 31 at the back then. At 31 at the back. Looking for 32 from somebody. We're at 31 right at the back. We have a telephone bin, I believe. We're at 31,000 at the back. You in at 32? Telephone in at 32. You in, sir? 33 against the telephone. 33 in the room. 34 on the telephone. 34 on the telephone. 34 on the telephone. You in, sir? Yes? At 35 then. 35 in the room. 35 in the room. At 36 on the telephone. At 36. Let's shake of the head to say no, sir. At 36 then. Anybody else want to join in? Because obviously I'm selling it at 36,000. At 36,000 I'm going to sell. At 36,000 to the telephone bid. If nobody else, 37 new bid. 37 new bid. New bid altogether at 37. 38. 38,000. 39,000. 39,000. 39, 40. 40. At 40,000 to my left. At 40,000 to my left. At 40,000. 41. Thank you. In the room at 41. 41 in the room. 42 on the phone. 42 on the phone. 42,000 on the phone, sir. I need to hurry you, please. 4.5. 42 and a half then. 42 and a half. 42 and a half. 43. 43 and a half. No, you're out. At 43 on the phone then. Anybody else want to join in? Taking halves now. We're at 43,000. At 43 and selling at 43. At 43,000 and selling. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time of asking at £43,000. Second time at £43,000. Third and final time at £43,000. Sold to the telephone bidder. Excellent. It's 43,000 on the telephone. Right, Luke. We will move straight on to lot number 3. This is the George, 95 High Street in Wickham Market. It used to be the George Inn. I'm sure a lot of you know that, and you will have perhaps had a sherbet there at some time. Certainly it's in the middle of Wickham Market, a bustling little town, market town. Sadly subject to a major fire in 2013. There has been a draft scheme drawn up, which the planners have looked at, although it hasn't got that permission, but they're implying that they like the scheme that's been drawn up. Bear in mind with this property it is Grade 2 listed, so any refurbishment has to be in sympathy with the Grade 2 listing and in conjunction with the Grade 2 listing. Who knows what's going to happen to it? Obviously we've got people here looking at reinstating as a pub, and I know that the local community will love that, and I know the local authority will love that. But there may be a trade-off, there may be a compromise. Subject to planning, you must all have made your own decisions and know exactly what it is you're going to be bidding on. Guiding this one at 50,000, is anybody going to be brave enough to put their hand in the air straight away and scare everybody off with a strong bid of £50,000? Didn't think you would do, because nobody ever does when I ask that. Somebody start me off at 40 then. Somebody start me at 40, just to get the thing on the way. 40,000 I have, thank you. 40 I have, looking for 42 from somebody. We're at 40,000 at the moment, looking for 42. 42 standing in the middle of the room. Anybody else here for it? We've got 40,000 at the moment. At 40,000 are we all done? At 40,000 are we all done, seriously? At 40,000. I know we've got other people here for it, but if needs be, I'm in a position to sell, make no mistakes. So I'm not coming back to it. We are all done at 40. On a maiden bid, I'm going to put the hammer down. 42, thank you, sir. 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, no? 63 if you like. No, that's 62 then. Gentleman standing there at 62,000. At 62,000. Are we all done? Because I'm going to sell at 62,000. At 62,000 then, for lot number 3, this is the George at Wickham Market, for the first time of asking at 62,000. Second time of asking at 62,000. Third and final time at £62,000. Sold. Well done. So, thank you. Right. Gentleman next door to Steve Fox. Steve on the phone. Keep going straight down. Steve, could you guide Nicky in, please? Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's crack on straight away with lot number 4. This is the Palms over in Elmset. Lovely little village, Elmset. It's only a few miles, 4 miles, isn't it, from Hadley. Great little village, this one. The property itself is in, again, it's another one of these ones that you have to say is a cosmetic refurb as opposed to a major refurb. It could do with some decorating, it could do with kitchens and bathrooms, but fundamentally you've got the property there that's in very good order. It's got double glazing, it's got gas central heating, got a nice sized garage. Certainly it's attracted some very strong interest. We actually did have one particular client who was thinking maybe I'll take the roof off and punch it up a little bit and put a chalet in there and make it a 3/4 bed with 2 baths and all sorts of things. That would take it above the stamp duty threshold. But I think just a standard refurb is going to bring you up to sort of 250 mark relatively easily. So it's a great opportunity for somebody, for an owner-occupier or even for a speculator, because I think there is an opportunity here. We've had strong interest. I know we've got people here for it. So I'm going to start off at, we're asking 175 to 200. Somebody start me at 180? No. 170 then? Somebody start me at 170, please. 170, someone? Need someone to show their hands, please, at 170. At 170, thank you. Looking for 172 from somebody. At 170 at the moment, looking for 172. Anybody else here for it at 172? It's at 170 only. You in? You in? At 172 then. 74. 76. 78. You're in at 180. 82. 84. 86. 88. 190. 90. You still going? 192. 194. 196, 198, at 200, 202, 202, 204, 206, 208, 210. Take the one if you like, sir, at this point. 211 then, thank you. 211 against you, madam. At 212, thank you. 213, 213, 214, 214, at 215, at 216, 217, 218, 219, 220, 21, 22. No? 222 then, all the twos. Sound like a bingo caller. At 222,000 to my left. At 222,000, does anybody else want to join in? I do apologise if you've been wanting to put your hand in the air. We're at 222,000. Does anybody want to pop in there with another 1,000? Or even 500 if you like now. 222 we're at the moment. I'll take the half from you then, sir. 222 and a half. 222 and a half. It's worth going, isn't it? 223. Definitely not. At 223 then, and I'm going to sell. We're at 223,000. Are we all done? At 223,000. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time of asking, and a half. Thank you. Sorry. 223 and a half. 223 and a half. 223 and a half. I must ask you to, yes? 24, thank you. 224. At 224 then, for the first time of asking at 224,000. Second time of asking at 224,000. Third and final time at 224,000. Excellent. Congratulations. I do apologise, but that's the nature of where we are, I'm afraid. We move on to lot number 5. This is 6 Ray Avenue. We all with us, Luke? Yep. Okay, we're moving on to 6 Ray Avenue. Lot number 5, 6 Ray Avenue. 3-bedroom semi-detached house. A lot of you have looked at it, and I'm sure that several of you have driven past. When you look around the outside, there is no evidence of any movement whatsoever. It's nice and straight and true. Internally, as we know, those that have looked at it, there's some movement on the floor slab. You have to say that as an investment, that will have no bearing at all on whether you can let it out. So the rent that you'll get for this one, which is potentially at 90 to 110-ish, will be exactly the same as the rent you'd get from next door, which is probably worth 150, because this one's got this little movement on the floor slab. If you come to sell it again, you obviously have to either do the work on the property to get it level inside, or just sell it again at the same discount. So it's a very good property. I also consider it's a good speculative opportunity, because somebody in the trade who's able to inject the labour will certainly come out of this one making quite a handsome profit as well. I have no hesitation at all in saying that. So regarding this one at 90 to 110, and I'm going to ask if anybody wants to be brave and start me off at 100. I know the answer. Okay, I thought that would be... somebody start me at 90, 80 then. Let's do it at 80,000. Let's get underway nice and easily at 80,000. 80 I have, thank you. So right at the back at 80,000. Against you at 82, son. At 82, at 82, 82 in the room to my left. 84, 86. You in? Are you in, son? It's against you. It's 86 on my left at the moment. 88, at 88, at 90. At 90, you in? 90, it's against you. 92, 94, 94. 94. Take the one if you like, sir, to my right, or take the one if you like. We're at 94 in the room. Take the one if you like, sir. No, we're at 94 in the room to my left then. At 94. Does anybody else want to join in? We're at 94,000, and are we all done at 94? At 94,000 then, all done at 94. All done then at 94,000. Ladies and gentlemen, are we all done? At 94,000 then. Come and see post-sale, because we can't quite do it at 94, but we are close. So bear with me on it. We will see what we can do post-sale. Number 6. Oops, top's already off. Right, this is 31 Marlborough Road, Pilgrim's Hatch down in Brentwood. We have 2 telephone bidders, I think. Luke should have somebody online. Have you got them, Luke? Not yet, you're doing. Quasi, are you connected? Well done. We'll just let Luke catch up very quickly there. Located obviously in Pilgrim's Hatch. I know a lot of you have travelled up from Essex area. I needn't preach to you about the area. It's a great area, no doubt about that. And things like this just don't come on the market very often. A semi requiring full refurbishment in Pilgrim's Hatch down in Brentwood, just they don't come onto the market. So a great opportunity. We've certainly guided it to sell. Again, no question of that. It does require full renovation. And the viewers that we've had on, I think we've had the best part of 100 viewers on it, are full of the refurbishment work that is required. With space upstairs, I would suggest there's a golden opportunity to incorporate it as well, which I think would make quite a difference to it. But again, look, talking to some local people down there, because it's got the garage by the side, without an, but with a full refurb, we certainly look at something that's likely to be worth in the region of 300, there or thereabouts. So at the guide of 175 to 2, we're certainly well below where it's likely to sell. Telephone, you're now connected, Luke, and Quasi's connected. So I'm going to start the bidding off at 5. It's with us on commission at 175. Looking for somebody to take me to 180, because I think we're going to move on this one. 180, thank you. 180, 185, somebody else, please. We're at 180, seated to my left. At 180, looking for another 5, please. 185, thank you. 190, 95, 2, 205, 10, 15, 15. Anybody else want to go 20? We're at 215 at the moment, 220. I'll take 2s now, 22, thank you. 22 against you, madam. 222. Anybody else want to go at 224 then? We're at 222. At 222, that was a quick get there. 2. Anybody else in the room here? Otherwise, telephones, do you want to join? Because we're at 222,024 on my left, on the 24. You in, sir? 26? 20 bidder. 28,000 on the telephone. 228? 228, so you in? At 240? At 240 then. Firm bid at 240, which I'm happy to take. Looking for 242. Could be a good move. We're at 240 at the moment in the room. Anybody else? 245? 245 on the phone. 250. 250. 250. 250 in the room at 250. Are you in or out? We're at 250. At 250 in the room at 250 then. I'll go back to 2s if you like, you phone bidders. We're at 250,000 in the room at 250. In the room at 250 and obviously. We're at 250. Telephone response now. We're at 250 in the room. You're both out. You out, Luke? Yep. Okay, we're at 250 in the room. Anybody else want to kick in very quickly before I put the hammer down? I'm going to call it at 250. 250 and 1. It's got to be 251. I'm not going to mess around with price at this stage. I'll tell the room. 251. At 251. Okay. Not fair on you, sir. At 250 then in the room. At 250 in the room now. 251 against you. 252. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 58 here. 258. At 258. 59. 260. I will take a half now if you like. At 260. I'll take 500 if you want. At 260 and a half. And a half. 61. 61. At 261. At 261 and selling. At 261,000. I will take a half from anybody. 261 and a half. Thank you. 1.5. You've been in sure. Is that a normal? Yeah? 2 then. 62. 262,000. 62 and a half. 64. 264. 264. At 264. And selling at 264. Okay, we're at 264,000. For the first time of asking then, at 264,000. Second time at 264,000. Third and final time at 264. In at the beginning, in at the end. Well done, sir. Congratulations. Moving on to lot number 6. There's 4 giving way at Sproughton. I have to say, I can certainly vouch for the village of Sproughton. Spent my life there. My children were brought up there. An excellent school. Good fishing in the river. Lovely tennis. It ticks a lot of boxes. So as far as Sproughton is concerned, wonderful place to live. This particular property is nice, I have to say. It's a modern, detached gas central heating, double glazing, garage, beautiful property. To the rear of it, behind the garage, there's a lean-to section. That needs to be addressed. Once that's addressed somehow, either by removing it, which is very easy to do, or redeveloping it, the complexity of the property. In the area, you would expect these properties to make somewhere 230 and 250, depending on how. This particular one, it's got a modern kitchen with built-in appliances. It's got a very nice wet room, so it ticks all of the boxes. So an investor can buy it, put tenants in straight away, sort out that little area behind the garage, which needs, and they've got themselves an absolute steal because it's well below market value. So we're guiding this one at 175 to 200. I know there's no point. Start me at 200. Start me at 170, somebody. Start me at 170. We're going to start right down at 172. So we're starting at 170. Looking for 170. Thank you. I have 170. 170. Looking for 172 from somebody. I have 170 at the moment. 72. I have 170. Looking for 170 from somebody. At 170 then. Are we all done at 170? 72. Thank you. New bid at 70. 74. 76. 78. 178. At 178, 80 somewhere. At 178, are we all done? 178,000 then. At 178,000, or take the one if you like. So 178 then. Looking for 179 from somebody. At 100,000, are we all done? All done then at 178. I'm going to have to ask you to come and see me post. I'm sorry, sir, I can't at that level. We'll have a word with the owners and see what we can do. Obviously, it's here to be sold, so do come and see us and anybody else that's here for it, because it's going to be sold. Let's move on to lot number 8. Lot number 8 is 9 4 Street. It's the second time we've done that by the house number. So lot 8 is number 9 4 Street. Classic commercial investment, secure covenant, good history. You've all read the legal pack. You know details of the lease, the length of the lease, etc., because you've looked at that. The yield on the lease is currently £7,500, which at low guide is 12.5%. So for commercial investment, that's exceptional. This particular opportunities as well, as I'm sure several have identified in the future, to possibly add an element of residential or something like that. And it is grade 2 listed as well, so if it becomes vacant, there's not rates to be paid and things like that. So from a commercial investment point of view, it ticks a lot of boxes. And obviously we are offering a freehold as well, as you are aware. I do have a commission bid on this one, so I needn't ask you to start me because I can start it at 60,000. It's with me at 60, looking for 62 from somebody. It's with me at 60,000, looking for 62 from somebody in the room. With me at 60, 62 somebody please. Commercial investment in forestry, with me at 60. With me at 60, looking for 62. Speak now. Is that 60,000 only with me? 60,000, then are we all done? All done at 60,000? You'll have to catch me very quickly after the sale because I'm going to be contacting the owner with my commission bid. So do come and see me if you are here for it. Don't quite understand why you're sitting on your hands, but because it's very good value for money, do come and see me. Lot number 9. 21A New Street, Woodbridge. Okay, obviously very rarely available in Woodbridge because these sort of things just don't come up in Woodbridge. I made some notes here. If you're going to set up a restaurant, you need to find to do it in. And obviously the demographics in Woodbridge, you're going to struggle to find anywhere better than Woodbridge to set up a restaurant. So that ticks that box. You need to make sure there's parking close by. Parking is one of the main town centre car parks is within a stone's throw. So parking is ticked. See, you're going to need a drinks licence and things like that. It's already got it. So it's very straightforward. Take it, quickly change it, and off you go. Great opportunity without any hesitation. I also have had clients that are looking at it for other and it is there as well. You could possibly split the property so you've got part commercial, so you've got a or you could use it for the purpose of some gallery. I don't know, there's all sorts of things. It's in the center. So we're at 180 to 220. Somebody going to start? Somebody start, then start me at 180 and we'll take it from there. Somebody I think I've got 180 for 182. Looking for 100. We're at 180, 182, thank you. 182. You in, sir? 4. 186. 8. You in? 190. 98. 200. 22. 24. 26. 28. 210. Take the one if you like. We're at 210, just to my left here, seated. You're out. We're at 210 seated. 210 seated. Any other one? Anywhere else? 210. Are we all done at 210,000? All done then at 210 and selling? All done at 210 and selling? For the first time of asking then at 210,000. For the asking at 210,000. Third and final time then at 210. Done. Excellent. At 210. Congratulations. Sorry. Lot number 10. (41 Norwich Road in Ipswich). I have to say, nicer commercial investment property that I've seen as far as meticulously maintained. Gas-fired central heating, UPVC windows, electric roller shutter on the front door, security shutters, security. It's used. I'm sure that those of you who've seen that know that. I think there's also an opportunity probably to put a one-bedroom flat upstairs. You'd need to front a little bit. You could certainly do that. Create a one-bedroom flat upstairs and income again, commercial and residential. So opportunity again. 75. Somebody start me at 70. Start me at 70, right down at the bottom, and we'll take it up from 70. Somebody start me at 70 for it, please. That's 70,000, please. At 70, somebody? Who's here for it? That's 70, thank you. At 70 I have. 70 I have. 72. At 70 I have, looking for a 72. We're at 70. 70,000 then. 70,000 for this one at 70. £1,000 and all done at 70. Nobody else here? At 70,000. All Can't tell, sorry son, but that's a little bit below where we need to be. Again, approach me and we will see what we can do. We'll see. It's a little need to be that.